Hello, I am Mechanalyst Tom, and I am speedrunning SteamWorld Quest, Hand of Gilgamesh. This game came out in 2019. It's ostensibly, if you blend together, you take the roguelike elements out of Slay the Spire, and you put it into the form of just a standard party-based RPG. So you got your deck building, you got your randomness from the cards, and it is a very fun time, and it is a very hectic speedrun because, well, we'll get to that when we get. And I already did one small speed tech already, which is just playing or opening up a save already ahead of time, because on first file boot up, it's like 15-20 seconds load, and we don't want that. So yeah, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. This first chapter, we are basically gonna be on par with what the game expects us to be, power-wise. But as is expected in RPG speedruns, where the game really expects you to take on multiple fights, we will not. We'll be skipping so much. So we'll be under-leveled starting the next chapter even. And it will only get worse from there. This is our first take at the battle system. You draw 6 cards into your hand. They're random. And you can do 2 redraws per turn. Want to dish out as best you can. This is the only fight in the game where it is 100% consistent. The cards will always be the same, and we can consistently get it. Speedrun-wise, we want 3 of those green materials from that fight. So we got them, so we actually don't have to take an extra fight. Good. Solid start to the speedrun. Now, game introduces us to the not random encounters, but overworld encounters. Real quick, get a little strength increasing accessory there. But overworld encounters, we want to skip almost all of them. So as best we can, we have to get these enemies to align in a way that we can run past them quickly. All right. And we're basically out of the first chapter already and into the first boss fight, where we're going to have to be managing our... It's a pretty straightforward boss fight. It's a very good first chapter boss fight. We're just going to aim for the highest damage we can get as fast as possible, which for us is going to be lots of flame pillars and boosted heroic strikes. Because our Millie, our orange character, our orange and silver character, she is our warrior, and she has a self buff that is fantastic. Right there, bravado. It's gonna come in handy to get a nice 25% attack boost on everything we're doing. We really want fire pillars if we can get them. Fire pillars are our best damage source here. And this game also works off of like a steam buildup. So we're going to be building up steam with our cards. Our basic attack cards build up steam, and our super powered ability cards use steam. So we have to manage that on top of all the deck building elements as well. So it's a lot to keep in mind as we're doing this. So there will be moments where I'm just gonna verbally just state my where my brain is at, because I cannot keep up with all the things that the game is asking me to do at any given time. If we are fast, we can hopefully get out of this chapter before they summon another round of enemies. Which, if we get 2 fire pillars, that might be possible. Ah, dang it. Close. We're going to have just not enough. If we had 2 fire pillars there, we could have ended it then and there. And we can just end it with the flame wave. So a lot of the speed run kind of boils down to how quickly you can finish these fights, obviously. But it kind of is like, it's an easy way to tell, and when you're recording time, how quickly you've been doing things. in that, like, every turn basically takes about 15 seconds on average. So we can kind of, like, pretty succinctly, when we're looking at our splits, be like, okay, that fight was 1 turn slow or 2 turns slow, etc., etc. Kind of lines up pretty nicely that way. Introduced to shops and extra cards. We don't use them yet. This is where the game tells you there's a speed/run button, and we already put it in the settings to have it on by default. All right, and this would be a good time already to just, you know, do some donations, because this is a very long cutscene. So I hope my chat is doing fine. They're not showing on stream, but they're there for the support, and I can have them ask questions. Also, this guy really wanted to be an evil henchman. All right. Gotta have quick decision making in these early fights. Obviously, spending time thinking slows down fights. Bad intimidate. We really didn't want to see that. Because now, hopefully, those 2 strikes, just enough damage. We'll take them out. That intimidate will stop us from having a 3-turn fight, unfortunately. Ooh, I might have. We might have been able to do that with a Brave Buster. That was me cowarding out. If I can remember my cards, or my inputs to quickly end turns. Okay. Now we have access to our 3rd party member, more of our support and tank member of the team. Who has also a lot of access to a lot of good status effects. All right, manage our deck. Want some more damage, so we do that. More damage on our Millie, because she will be our main damage dealer for the beginning section. Also, don't... it's fine. Don't tell Nicole about that emote. It's the emote that's too powerful. All right, and I was talking earlier about us being underleveled. We're already underleveled. Every level up in this game is a significant increase. Oh, that's a terrible first hand, too. I wasn't even going to get any cards out. Terrible first hand. I need to build up some steam here. But yeah, basically every level up gives you 1 stat a large increase, either like magic, HP, magic, HP, or strength. So every single level up can come with a significant boost. We're supposed to be like 2 levels higher already, so we are already far behind in our damage curve. So we are going to focus our damage here as best we can. Are you kidding me with this cards? So we want to be boosted in damage and get a Wrecking Ball to lower the defense and have our melee do a lot of work. I am getting terrible hands. Oh my gosh. I can't get a Wrecking Ball to save my life again. This is also innately part of running a game where there's a crap ton of RNG built into its foundation. Let's get that Wrecking Ball on, so our melee will start dishing out the high damage next turn. I would ideally have shields onto targeted allies. Oh my gosh! I just need to keep allies alive now. This is really bad. Defense down does not increase fire damage. Just having terrible turns here. This is a slog of a fight, and now it's just like, cool. Didn't even have the extra, or I was intimidated, so it's fine. Yeah, show as much extra damage as possible. I'll save the Wrecking Ball for next turn, and then we should hopefully be able to finish this off by going for full damage. Good, no Intimidate. Wrecking Ball. Just build up for that. Yeah, this would also be a good time for probably just some donation. Oh boy. There's not much we can do to really speed up this fight. It's just slow inherently. Let's keep the damage up. It's fine if allies go down. They still get the same XP. Cool. But if they're downed, you can't use any of their cards. So if they're in your hand, they are completely useless. That was like 2 turns longer than it needed to be thanks to that. But we're out of there. Yeah, see, if we were literally 1 level higher, we would have an attack boost. And unfortunately, the time it takes to get 1 level up is not worth it to save time in that fight. Okay, but now we have better sources of damage. And by better sources of damage, I mean the status effects. The status effects in this game are fantastic. It is great to see a game that has status effects that are incredibly useful for the duration of the run. Status effects do flat percentage-based damage, and that obviously comes greatly in handy when we are incredibly underpowered. So we're gonna hope we can get some lovely poisons off here. No way! Excuse? Okay, well, this is also... There are some fights in this speedrun that are difficult to dodge. Very difficult to dodge. We kind of need these gentlemen to pass each other in a very specific way so we can eke through the middle like that. Unfortunately, we did not. We need the materials from this fight. Ooh, lots of poisons. Do that. Do that. Get the poison in. Poison finish. If the poison doesn't finish that bee, okay, that'll be down next turn anyway. We will do that. We'll do that and finish with that. Pretty good fight. Ah, that punch didn't kill, but the poison will. Haha. Good fight. 3-turn fight is optimal for that. We needed 2 yellow materials from that fight. I should have saved for a little bit of extra HP, but that's fine. This fight is not much danger. This fight is also pretty straightforward. We're gonna keep poison up as much as we possibly can, then dish out damage with our melee after we get a Wrecking Ball from Galeo. Another thing that probably was seen, is that there are combo cards. So if I use 3 cards of all of one single character, they will get an extra card played as dictated by their weapon. And they are very useful to have. I'm just going to keep building up, because pretty soon there's going to be an evasion on this bee, and we do not want to waste a turn of our damage while that evasion is up. So I'm going to poison and just keep building up steam here. Because I think this turn is probably going to be the evasion from the bee. Good. So we're going to build up more steam, and then we're going to go into full damage. Okay, now we have everything built up. And we go straight in for damage. Wrecking Ball, defense down, and big hits from our Millie. Hoping for crits. Obviously, they're random. Poison is down this turn, so we're going to reapply. I need to reapply buff. I'm hoping for lots of Brave Busters. Not as many Brave Busters as I was hoping. So that's the defense turn down. Okay, we're just gonna need a few hits. The poison tick will finish. Okay, well, never mind. The poison's just gonna do whatever. I didn't get any attack cards that would have finished the fight early. Okay, it's fine. Pretty good fight. Yeah, a brief summation of this story is that it starts off where everything is pretty dang peaceful. In a time, the crisis has already been averted by previous heroes, so kind of everyone's on taking a break. And then suddenly those dark soldiers come in and start lighting towns on fire and stuff. It's incredibly rude. So we're off trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And also where the heroes are gone. Also, if you're not paying attention in the background, the hero place has been turned into a golf cart. Or has been turned into a golf course. Because there's no use for heroes anymore, so they've been taking a break. Alright, we're just gonna keep plowing through here. We're gonna grab one quick card. It's gonna come into play soon, but not for a little bit. That applies a fire debuff, because pretty soon, not this chapter, Copernica is very weak right now. Unless we took extra battles, Copernica just does not get any magic boosts, so her magic is so terribly low. And it is not worth it to take extra fights to raise it. So Copernica, right in this chapter, is incredibly weak. Our Millie now has a new weapon that will cause bleed, another percentage HP status effect that will tack on as well as poison as kind of our majority of damage. Then our Millie will be our other damage dealer with Brave Busters, and Copernica's kind of going to play support for a bit. But pretty soon after this chapter, hoo boy, Copernica gets a nice big boost after this boss fight, and she will be able to dish out some good damage with those fire pillars that are very steam efficient, being one steam to activate, and they do very high damage. So being able to increase that by lowering the enemy's fire defense is very helpful. Now we get into some treasure routing. Get extra money, because we're going to need it. Now, we used to, in this chapter, get an accessory that takes, or that gives us an extra 20% HP. I took it out. Because as much as it only is like 10-ish seconds and is nice and safe, we don't technically need it. So we're just going to have to deal with it being more difficult. Come down here for regeneration. We are absolutely going to need extra healing for the upcoming fights, because the next two boss fights we'll be having are very difficult with how low level we are. All right. Almost at the end of the chapter. Dex, Bravado for that, and Wrecking Ball for regen. And welcome to the first very difficult, or the first time, not the first time, but oh boy, we notice how underleveled we are in this fight. We do such little damage. Status effects are going to be our main source. So hopefully, okay, that is not ideal, but we will deal. So we're going to get bleed here. We're going to get it nice and early. Okay, they didn't cause bleed on us, which is also very handy. We are going to get poison up. It is not worthwhile to get a second poison. We're going to build up another bleed next turn because there's another large evasiveness turn that happens. Actually, no, I'm going to... Yeah, I want bleed again. Good. And we're trying to recycle cards as best we can to prep for next turns too. So we're gonna get bleed. I want to see if I can get another poison. I unfortunately dumped my poison a bit early there. I might just have to... Yeah, I'm gonna play defensive. Unfortunately, poison's gonna be off for one turn, and this guy uses a massive evasion boost, so we're not gonna try and apply poison through it. I need shields, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Didn't get them. Our melee needs defense. Just buff yourself a tad. Yeah, I dumped my poison one turn, or I dumped my poison early there. Okay, so now I need poison or bleed. Also, I have no revive kits, so if an ally gets downed, we are doing terribly. And right now, Galeo probably should be getting a heal. Prep. So statuses should defeat the Keymaster this turn. Hoping for no real status effects on Galeo, so Galeo stays down. That is a bad heal. We're just going to try and make sure everything goes down. Unfortunately, that enemy now has... that enemy now has regen on, and that is going to greatly slow down the progress of this fight. Okay. That enemy is down. Now we got to focus on some defense to start, because this guy can dump a lot of damage into us. Because now he's going to be doing 40 plus every single turn, and that is extremely painful. He's also resistant to physical, well, once he gets a buff up. But for now, it's still safe for us to cause a bleed. Okay, that's actually perfect. Because we need defense boost to survive this, as well as get regen, so we're healing. Because this hurts 40 to all party members. Again, we don't have any way to revive anyone who dies. Just going to restack bleed real quick here. Once the defense boost is up, we're actually going to swap to Copernica for damage. I'm actually going to do it now because I can. We have plenty of steam. And I needed that shield because, jeez. All right, we need poison back up. Good. Poison, get that in. Reply regen. Yeah, I need those shields. Okay. Get bleed back on. Very resistant to physical now, but it's still worth it to have the status effect. Oh, I need shields. Okay. That'll work. Need to make sure people stay alive. But yeah, this fight is a slog, and we're basically done here. So while we're closing this out, this would probably be another good time for donations. Hopefully with poison and bleed, we'll be done. Nice crits. Okay, yep, fight's done. Pretty good. Pretty solid fight, honestly. Was able to survive it. Yeah. That is the easier of the two very difficult early game fights. Ay. Okay. Oof. Now we're into chapter 5, where we technically do not have to take any fights here, but one of the dodges for one of the fights is it's pure luck, because they on the way through it's perfectly fine, but then on the way back, basically if they're looking the wrong direction, the fight just initiates immediately. So we just take the fight we take the fight right away and finish it off as soon as we can. But for the most part, we're just going to be running around trying to skip all the fights we can. I really wish you would turn the way around so I can pass. Thank you. Now, because we need extra damage as much as we can get it, because we are going to buff the crap out of Copernica. Copernica got a lot of magic boosts from that last chapter. We're going to grab this power server for her. The power bangle that we got before is a 10% increase to magic and strength. This is a 20%. Always appreciate the extra. Before we go further, get some money. Run to the left for a hidden area. For a sword that is better than what we have, but it doesn't have bleed, so we're just gonna sell it for a cool 1,000 money, which early game is a lot. And then now we're gonna be getting to the big reroute that I've literally just started working on earlier this month. This is Auric, our next party member. We can only have 3 in the party at a time. He is essential for many boss fights in this run. But we used to put him in right away so he gets a bunch of early experience, but he kind of didn't do a lot in the fights. So actually watching Prosho, a 100% and New Game Plus runner of this game, he decided that instead we are just going to just keep the party as is for a bit longer than we used to, because we can actually use Copernicus because it's good damage in fights such as this one. Poison there. Actually, let's just get a nice early bleed on. Ooh, nice double poison. Means that I should be able, that mage should go down from the status effects this turn. Unfortunately, I did attack the mage first because they have a berserk, and berserk is a terrible status effect. And unfortunately, the slime is quite resistant to fire, so Copernica is actually not terribly useful for this fight. But future fights, she's gonna do great. Should hopefully be enough to finish the fight. Bap. Good fight. But yeah, that fight, if we're on the return trip, we will just literally walk right into it. Also, that was good. We got a blue material there. That actually allows me to get a card upgrade in chapter 7, 1 chapter early. So we have a bit of extra damage for one boss fight. And it's nice to have. Not necessary, but it's nice. Sir, could you go any faster? I need you to not see me as I flip this switch. Also, we got a great card for Copernica there, Arcane Detective, that is high utility, that generates steam for you for 3 turns straight and gives you more redraws. Unfortunately, we kind of just don't need that utility for Copernica, so we're not going to use it, but it's great casually. This fight is very annoying to dodge. Need them to go 2 separate directions. Or if that top one goes low enough, then we can get past. They're going to spot me. They didn't spot me. Is that separate? No! Thought it would be separated enough. This fight is always such a pain to get past. It is unfortunate. We could just take the fight, but it doesn't really give us any benefit to take it, so it's kind of, unfortunately, a large RNG. I think I can just, yep. The top enemy moved low enough on screen that I could just run straight past. Dang it. I was too busy explaining it that I keep getting spotted by this jerk when I could just walk past him. Okay. So yeah, it's a very RNG intensive speedrun, but it's very fun to plan your deck accordingly and then be able to plan few turns ahead based on what you've been drawn. And also, that's a nice technique that we use to get past a lot of fights in the future. You can kite enemies, and they can only go so far chasing after you. So we grab one, drag it to either the top or the bottom, and then swing on by as they're trying to get past. Okay, but now we need to take a deep breath, because, hoo boy, Chapter 6 coming up, and casually, and in the speedrun especially too, this is the difficulty spike. This chapter is literally just a boss fight, and it is a very difficult boss fight. So we got to do a bit of shopping here. Sell the 2 weapons, buy recovery items, accessories, meteor fragment, craft a card for Copernica and Searing Lash. Dex, Brave Busters for Fiery Bashes. We want Book Bashes for Searing Lash and Fire Pillar. And Steam Punch for Fixture. Equip Meteor Fragment, which gives a Fire Boost, which is just a flat 25% increase to Copernica. That stacks with the 20% from Power Booster, which is great. Okay, and now we start the difficulty. We want to get Poison. We want to get Captain Canary off the field as soon as possible. If we get extra poisons, we can apply it onto the dragon, because the dragon doesn't heal. But it is pure luck if we get enough poisons to do that. I want to get a bleed off if I can, as well as I was hoping to be able to get a Fire Bash, so I could decrease the fire defense of the Canary before Copernica goes in for some damage. Man, Copernica already needs shields. This fight's dangerous. That. But Copernica does great damage. Fire Pillars are doing about 120 for 1 steam. It's fantastic. Also, the shields are nice. Bad confusion. I'm actually going to get rid of that confusion so Copernica can shield herself and we can get poison up. Bleed is going to be down this turn, so we're going to have to stack bleed. Wow, okay. Nice crit. Nice crit. Oh, that's bad. Ay, ay, ay. Unfortunately, Copernica does not have much in the way of defenses in this fight. I need bleed back. We're gonna need defenses back. Copernica can shield the whole party with multiple fire pillars. Hopefully I get a pillar. I don't have any other revive kits, by the way. So unfortunately, I wish I had more HP. I might have to use a repair potion. Oh shoot, poison's gone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a repair potion. Poison, regen, repair. That way our melee survives. No! Oh, that's really bad. Just really unlucky targeting there. There's nothing I could have done against that. Just really bullied on Copernica, and that's... we want Copernica for damage onto the dragon, especially in this fight. And now we have to make sure that we're shuffling out Copernica's cards because we can't revive her. So every time her card appears in my hand, it is a useless card now. I have no revive kits to bring her back. But yeah, this dragon resists physical damage. So Copernica comes in great handy here for fire damage instead. Need poison, need to dump cards. I'm just gonna make sure that I can get bleed next turn if need be. So we're just gonna have to keep up dumping all of Copernica's cards and stacking our bleed and poison until we finish this fight. We should be in the clear at this point. So probably another good time for donations. Because we're just going to be dishing out the damage until it's done. The dragon should not be able to really kill us at this point. Just unfortunate. Really unfortunate that Copernica got taken down. She got targeted so heavily. There's not really anything I could have done to prevent that. So just keep up the damage, keep up the status effects. Poison back, and this fight is done. Okay. We're done without a death, though, so that's a big plus. That was a very rough ending, though. Very rough ending to it. Very unfortunate that Copernica got down. Not once, but twice. Okay. That's the most... It's the very most stressful part of the beginning game is that fight. The next few chapters, we're not in too much danger of ever actually dying, so... Okay. And breathe a sigh of relief. Next few chapters are more of a cakewalk. We saved some other heroes that had been captured. And I've put us onto the next track that maybe the academy that Copernica, our mage friend, is a part of, might be also... Ah, shoot. No. That was just a waste of money. We're going to upgrade fire pillars for extra damage. We're going to change mana barrier for searing lash. And we're going to go. That is unfortunate. I did lose some money there by buying a Galeo weapon that we'll never use because Galeo will be leaving the party in a few chapters and never returning, unfortunately. Very, very useful party member casually. Very tanky. Lots of great status effects. Lots of great healing. But healing and that is slower than just doing damage. So unfortunately, Galeo will get the boot for the rest of the speedrun pretty soon. This is a lovely Forest of Illusion type reference. But if we go back on ourselves, get a cool 1,000 gold. That decrease in money should not be a problem. And then we're already out. Very tricky maze. This, and into the boss fight at the end of the chapter. Our lovely slime. And now Copernica will really be doing lots of damage. Okay, that is pretty good. Poison start. Want to keep our status effects up as often as we can manage. Good. Unfortunately, I didn't get a fiery bash. I would have liked to have the fire defense decrease, so Copernica gets an extra 25% damage. Copernica now has a new card. She's not going to be shielding us anymore because these enemies don't really pose much of a threat. So she gets a little bit of extra damage and paralysis change, which is just a nice little treat on top. Not necessary, but it's nice. Make sure everyone stays a little healthy here. We need one batch of heals. Then the rest, we shall be pretty good for the rest here. We just need bleed back up. Again, trying to make sure I'm cycling through all of my redraws as much as possible to prepare for 1-2 turns ahead. Because this turn we just want pure Copernica damage. Poison is off next turn. We did get a poison in our hand. So it's going to be a Copernica damage turn and poison. And that should honestly finish the fight. Unfortunately, we didn't get any extra Copernica damage, but the status effects should be enough to finish the job. Yeah, we're good. Pretty good fight. Okay. This chapter is a very short one. One small enemy fight that can really slow us down and almost always slows us down because there's an evasion increase and a shield that these enemies can apply to themselves. And it's just slow. It almost always happens. I want to get rid of the bottom enemy with our melee first, ideally. The top one's weak to Copernicus fire and can go down faster, but the bottom one can cause the evasion increase, and that's 3 turns of evasion increase, which is terrible. So hopefully this... Okay, barrier is fine. Hopefully this will do a hefty chunk of damage, canceling out the fire resistance. Please just don't miss the... Okay, I should be able to finish him off. Yeah, let's finish off. Good, no Misty. Shield, we can bust through pretty easily. And now we just need to defeat. So let's just go for our melee damage. Copernica damage would have been better because this gentleman is weak to fire. But that's okay. Fight's done. Pretty good fight. That without the Misty, without the evasion increase, that fight goes much smoother. So yeah, best to target the bottom one first there. I need to update my notes. I have notes for this that are just very, very generic directions and just more or less hints to remind myself of what the route should be, but I should make a more detailed guide that more explicitly defines what I'm doing or what I'm doing for fights specifically. That would be very helpful for myself as well as for anyone who's interested in the speedrun. But yeah, this chapter is basically done. We're just running to the end. We got one treasure chest for a card we won't use until the end game, so we can probably do another bout of donations. Oop. Go to the right. And these two that we briefly saw on screen, those are our next party members. And they will not leave the party once we add them. They are too useful. They are primarily debuffers and status effects dealers, but much more on the offensive side of things, whereas Galeo is more of the defensive side of things. With that, got a boss fight in the middle of this chapter here. Before we go into it, though, gotta make sure we get some extra revive kits. Very necessary. And this enemy is very weak to fire innately, so we don't really need the fiery bashes. But we do need the bleed still, and Copernica will be doing lots of damage here. That's good. That did like a cool 300 plus damage. Sleep on them is perfectly fine. We want bleed, because again, status effects are very, very helpful. It really does good damage. Now we get to this boss's really, really mean trick. This boss does a full wave, and that can blind every single party member. It is incredibly frustrating. Okay, no blind on Galeo is fine. I do need to get the blind off of our Millie, though. So we are going to heal that. Because in the third turn, it will be off of Copernica, so Copernica can do damage again. But it's most important that we keep our status effects up in this fight. I hope that didn't reapply the blind onto Copernica. It did. That is unfortunate, so we're going to have to take that off. Good. We refreshed the poison. We need that poison back for extra damage. And slept, so we're not even going to get bothered with the poison again. We're just going to do damage. That should be done. Absolute jerk. Absolute jerk. This boss fight is more of a pain point of how much time it can waste with status effects than anything. Not much of an actual danger of death. But now we get the twins. We won't add them to our party just yet, because we don't have to do any menuing or any more fights in this chapter. We just have to close it out. Gonna sneakily hide into this back corner here for a hidden teleporter for Magnum Opus. An excellent Copernica weapon that we used to just sell for money, but actually gets some use in the speedrun because it is great utility. It causes we have extra redraws when we have it equipped. This dodge sucks. Like a 1 in 8 chance. The top guy needs to look to the right, then the bottom guy needs to move left, and the top guy needs to move right. And they're all like 50-50 chances. There we go. We got it. 1 in 8 chances stink. Grab a quick accessory there. Journeyman badge. Pretty good all-round accessory. And to get the most important card of this entire speedrun. Oh, Doom. Doom is a status debuff. Let me remember the directions here first. Is a curse that we apply to the enemy. Oh, nice. They aligned for me. Is a curse that we apply to the enemy that every time they get hit, they will take a percentage of their max HP as arcane damage. And if you pair that with something that hits things a lot, we're going to take massive chunks out of the boss's HP. Very crucial tactic to this speedrun. Speedrun does not really work without it. Oh, nice. Most of these enemies are playing nice for the dodges, and I am appreciating it. And this gentleman, of course, has to stare at me in the face. Right, that's the end of this chapter. Very good chapter. Okay. Gotta do a big menu here while we're setting up everyone else. Buy weapons. We want this Raider Longsword. We want the Hades Stone. We craft Hot Iron, Envenom, and Bushido. We do Dex. We do Heroic Strike, Great Buster, Fiery Bashes for our Hot Irons. We do Axe Chops, Full Gold Twin Combo for notes, Envenom, Siphon Mine, Cut Purse Doom, and Cyclone Slash, Fortune Favor for Bushidos. We need to do equipment, Magnum Opus, Journeyman Badge, Power Servo, take off your weapon, we'll sell that later, Hades Stone, and Scout Badge, and Active Party swap over to the others, and we go in for this fight. A weird quirk of Doom, by the way. We put the Hades Stone for increased arcane damage. The arcane tick damage is calculated not on like the allies or the enemies arcane proc, but it is actually procced from our perspective, which is very, very helpful. So we give Hades Stone onto Auric, who's going to be doing our massive amount of hits, so that we can do even extra damage. Okay. We don't need these quite yet. Actually, I'm going to put Venom over there. We are building up a lot of steam. We're going to try and get status effects as best we can. It is difficult to get poison on early because Envenom is on hit physical, will have a chance of causing a proc of poison. So we have 2 chances here. Good, we got 1. And we get bleed with this too, so they're aligned. So now we need Doom. We desperately need Doom. Perfect. So we're going to Siphon Mind. We got Doom on. So now we need Auric to get the crit mask on and then start going to town with some Cyclone Slashes. Not ideal. Shoot. I'm going to actually reset bleed here instead. Not ideal. We really want Auric. There's the Cyclone Slash. Crit Mask would have been nice to have. See all this damage! And that's why we love Doom Cyclone Slash combo. And then combo card gives extra hits so Auric can dish out even more percentage HP damage. That worked out very well. That worked out very well. If that fight goes a little bit worse, the fight can end up in a wipe for us. This entire speedrun is very to the wire. If things go off by like 2 turns, it's high odds many of our boss fights will end in death. Okay, this fight has an incredibly annoying fight skip. This is a fight skip we usually didn't even take before, but I found a couple paths through it that give us some odds. But these enemies need to walk separate directions to start, otherwise it just flat out will not work, and it is a slow reset. This fight can be very slow. This fight can last like a minute and a half if things go wrong, which is why even though it is a pain for us to try and going back and forth and rely on RNG to have these enemies walk in a direction that we can pass through, it is worth it. Because we hide in that little alcove there, and we're through. Beautiful. Chapter doesn't have... Or it has a couple other things that we gotta get. Get a lovely mask that we will use at the very end. We use a lot of Auric's cards at the very end that we pick up here. Auric already has basically everything we want from him for until the very end of the game, right when we get him. So it's very great. He's very low maintenance. Now this fight dodge is very fun. I like this one a lot, although they did not line up well for me. So we're gonna lead this guy down below the tree, and we're gonna go sneak and ring around the rosy and leave. Great fight dodge. I love that one. All right, quick deck. Get that on. We siphon mines for strengths and equip that new Zephyr Cape. That is a lovely accessory for the twins. The twins don't have much HP. So it is very useful to have. Ooh, that is a bad early doom. Shoot. Bad starting hand. I'm just going to do a little tick damage here. I'm not going to get poison early because of this. It's very similar to the last boss fight. We want Envenom as soon as possible. Oof, that's also really bad on that front. This is a dumb idea. Confusion can hit allies. All three? Those are 50% chances to hit allies. I'm actually gonna have to heal. No. And we're gonna try a bleed proc. Please, thank you. Terrible start. That confusion is so terrible to get. All right, I need Doom as fast as possible because we are very behind in this fight on status effects. We just need Doom and Cyclone Slash as soon as possible. Are you kidding me? Really? Wow, this fight is usually pretty straightforward. And a confusion again. Oh my god, this is terrible luck. No Doom either. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this luck? Oh, this is terrible luck. Absolutely terrible luck. We just need Doom Cyclone and this fight's done. Give me Doom! Oh my gosh! I recycled it once at the beginning because I didn't want it in my hand. And man, the game is just like, pff, what, you wanted that? You'll never have it back. I still don't have it back. This is actually obscene. Actually, Oryx dead. I'm gonna have to use another revive kit. I have never had luck that bad. Never had luck that bad. That is atrocious. I swear to God, if you confused him again. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was awful. This guy's taking all of the possible hits now because of that, because I am angry with him. Terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Wow. Wow. That fight does not go that bad that often. Wow. Oh, boy. Yeah. Marathon luck. Absolutely. Wow, I have not had that fight go that poorly in so long. Okay. And now we're on to this next act of the game. We have got a hint that there have been some maybe necromancy things happening, which are very bad, and also that they're tied in with these dark knights that are causing a ruckus all about. So we're going to the twins' hometown to try and track things down. I've been glancing occasionally at chat. I can read chat. It is not showing up on screen though, because y'all have been sassy. Y'all have been very sassy over there. Every time I glance back, there's something for me to eye roll at over there. Hopped over to the twins' home there, their actual home, to get a lovely defensive card that is fantastic for the twins. That gives a massive evasion boost for 1 turn. Very useful later on in this run. We're going to real quick solve that puzzle. Same solution every time. We don't have to actually go and find the stones that we're supposed to find throughout this level. This chapter has a lot of puzzles that we just don't do because the answer is always the same. Pick up those things real quick. One quick menu here to get a... I missed my menu last time. I was wondering why the menu was off there. That's okay. That is okay. Because we gotta fight another dragon. Dragon number 3. We want poison as fast as we can. Oh, that's bad. This dragon also causes all physical damage to be countered as electrical damage, so... Okay, paralysis on the twins is not great. I'm just gonna have to go for bleed to start. I want to get Envenom on. Bleed is important. This dragon uses haste on itself a lot, so it takes extra turns, and bleed procs on every time it uses a card. That will suffice. We are going to ointment. Actually gonna envenom our Millie. We're gonna set up. We're gonna try and evade this this wave attack. Pretty good. So now we want our Millie to do physical damage in this fight to try and get a bleed or poison procs. Which is good. Here's 3 chances for poison. Then we're gonna do Doom Cyclone, and this fight is over. Nice, got the poison. No paralysis that we have to worry about too. That is great. So we are just going to Doom. Get some extra little tick damage here. Get some extra procs while we can, and then Cyclone Slash will finish this fight. I need a Bushido as well. Because crits also apply to the damage that's caused by Doom. So you can crit the percentage damage, and it's great. And goodbye. Fight's done. Oh, come on. 62. And then there's the proc. Okay. Pretty good fight. Pretty solid fight there. Wish I would have gotten poison a bit sooner, because then we wouldn't have had to have those last few attack animations, but we'll take it. We will take it. Fight can go much worse than that if it wants with paralysis. Also, I'm pressing the wrong button to mash. 2 buttons you need to mash. Circles for cutscenes and X for other things. We gotta get a big shop here. Sell weapons. Buy weapons. Serrated Zweihander and bioweaponry. And craft victory. Dex. We want Aspiring Hero, Hot Irons. Or to victory and Brave Busters. And twins no longer need Envenom. Steel Strength and Twin Combo. And Copernica's actually gonna pop back into the party. Because this fight introduces us to the arena. There are optional arenas that you can do in this speedrun, and this is your introduction to them by basically they make you do a very mini version of one of those arenas. Our health carries over for every single one of these fights, so we actually do need to manage our health a bit carefully. And now we got rid of Envenom on the twins. We needed that Envenom to have poison chance for 3 boss fights, but now the twins have a guaranteed poison for the entire enemy party. Thanks to thanks to this new chain card that they have, Skunk Spray. It poisons the entire enemy party, or the entire enemy party for 3 turns. It's fantastic. It's guaranteed. It's perfect. Wow, we're going to dish out damage. And again, our HP carries through, so having shields every now and again is going to help us stay alive. We should just be able to do this and fight stun. Two more fights. 3 enemies this time. Probably play it a bit safe here. Go for shields first because Copernicus is already a little low on health, which is not ideal. Oh, that is unfortunate. And of course, froze the one ally that had all the cards, so I couldn't even get the twins to dish out a poison. Terrible hearts. I have so much steam, so I'm just going to be able to dump damage in later, but I wanted poison much earlier than this so we can have those poisons tick already starting on all the enemies. And then we can now dish out all damage. Ay, ay, ay. Good, now you freeze the twins. Perfect. Okay. All damage time. Oh, shoot. And I accidentally cycled a Brave Buster on accident. I want to just Brave Buster consecutively here, if I can. That damage should make poison, clear that enemy. This was not a good fight. Really slow on that poison. Ay, ay, okay. On to the final fight here. Probably should have healed. I had extra turns there. I could have thrown in heals there. Okay, now we're into some nonsense. I want twins. Thank you. Because I can put Doom onto this big enemy to start and poison. Doom procs on bleed, it procs on poison, it procs on their, it's, Doom is so powerful. Good thing I got that evasion too, because that would have hurt. Beautiful, this is very good damage against that enemy. All those extra ticks, all dealing the curse damage from, from Doom as well. That enemy's already down, so now we just gotta really dish out strength. I am going to reapply poison, which is also going to get us a lot of steam. Okay, that's fine. Armilli or Copernica, either one can dish out lots of damage here. Boosts. This might be fight over. This was a very good final fight. Wow, that's an extremely good final fight. Extremely good final fight. That makes up for how terrible the second fight was. That's a very good final fight. Okay. On to chapter 14, where we don't do anything. There's a nice power-up accessory that we can technically get here, but it's a little out of the way and just not worth the time. We used to get it or we can get it for money. We don't really need to. This is another one where you're supposed to go and roam across this whole place. There's even a secret boss that maybe I might throw in as an incentive to RPG Limit Break, but it's a bit out of the way. It's a very fun mini-boss, though. Very fun and silly mini-boss. But, again, puzzle solution does not change. So we can just answer it right away, and just this is the end of the chapter. Also, I'm very glad at this moment that chat is not showing on stream. Y'all are being excessive. Y'all are being excessive. Sassy chat. As Twitch chat is one to do. This would be another... I should have said it before. This would have been another great time for donations. Is this chapter. So Copper, thank you for that raid. It's not showing on stream because I am recording a video for submission to RPG Limit Break, but I appreciate that raid. Welcome, everyone. I need to sell weapons. I am speedrunning the game here. Buy Storm Mikazuki, materials, 20 of those, craft, Epidemic, and Raven Strike. Dex, we want Heroic Strikes and Brave Busters for Hot Iron and Shout. Twins, Act Chop, Cut Purse, Twin Combo for Epidemics and Raven Strikes. Swap Party. And into the fight of this end of this chapter. This is a tree. This tree's mean. This tree is not terrible to deal with, has a good chunk of HP, but it's still not terrible to deal with, except for a single card. This tree is secretly a Final Fantasy Marlboro. Very, very, very nasty full party, multiple status effect, and we really want to have this enemy blinded so they have 50% chance of miss, and that we have our evasion increase, which is another 50% stacking chance of miss, because we do not want to deal with the absolute worst that frickin' tree can do. We also have Epidemic in our deck now. Epidemic spreads any status effects on a single enemy to the whole enemy party. It also refreshes all status effects except for Doom. So we are going to do that every now and again. I am not going to do it now because I can get poison back later. I'm just going to get Auric prepped here. Auric, that red mask increases Auric's crit chance. Again, we want all the crits we can get. We're hoping for a Raven Strike from the twins so that we can get that on. Perfect. So Raven Strike, we're going to spread that bleed and the... We're going to spread the bleed and the blindness to the entire enemy party. Then we're going to increase our evasion. We're going to skunk spray everything. It's going to be great. And hopefully, this bad breath will whiff us entirely, because it is going through 2 evasion checks. Just 1 poison on our melee is perfectly fine. Now we want to build up probably 1 more turn here. Then we're going to get Doom, and we're going to Cyclone Slash. Because Cyclone Slash consumes all of the steam we've built up. That's why we build it up with our melee and the twins, and then unleash all of it with Auric to dump all of it into a doomed target. So we can do this. Build up steam a little bit more. Keep those status effects going. And then we can do that, And we just want all the procs in the world. So as many hits as we can do, as many crits. Good chunk of damage. And if the procs are high enough, which they are, fight will end now. Very, very good fight. Very good fight there. That is 1 turn faster than I usually consider a fast fight. Fast fight is having that enemy not do another bad breath, and we were 2 turns ahead of that. That is a very good fight. Also, welcome. Welcome, Claire. That is a lovely name change. Okay. But now the secret has truly been revealed. This dark enemy in front of us looks a lot like those hero statues we've been saving at throughout the entire game. That is Gilgamesh, the hero of old that slayed the monster. And story goes, he needs an ego boost. He was tired of the world being too at peace and not really needing him anymore. So he's becoming the villain himself and trying to resurrect the big bad. So that he can defeat it yet again and have a purpose back. Now that we know that, we need to go invade his fortress and stop it from happening. Gosh dang it. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Lime. I appreciate it. Oh, I could have accepted that. I just need these two enemies to walk apart. But if they walk towards each other, they typically walk back in the same direction. I can scooch on past. Okay. This is another easy kite. Gonna bring this gentleman over here. Yep. Later. If we don't get spotted by these enemies, just walk above. Grab 2,000 gold from this lovely SteamWorld dig reference. The only SteamWorld dig reference in this entire game. We need to do a quick deck change to Victory and Heroic Strike for Heartbroken Hero and Shout. Active Party. These enemies, again, are very weak to fire, so Copernica can do great damage. And oh boy, welcome to a very status-infused fight. This fight can be very cruel. That is a lot of good stuff from the twins to start, though. So we are going to immediately get poison on, as well as build up steam, because we're hoping for our Millie to get Heartbroken Hero out. Very powerful card that causes Dishearten on the enemy, which prevents them from healing. You can already see them. They're already trying to heal a whole bunch. Shoot. Okay. I'm just gonna go for damage this turn then. These enemies all do big chunks of damage too, so playing defensive is not a terrible option. I really need Heartbroken Hero here. Need Heartbroken Hero and 2 cards that will gain steam. Epidemics will be necessary later. I did not get it. That is unfortunate. Just gonna have to go for bleed, and then we're gonna epidemic the bleed, poison, and blind onto everyone. Ideally, it would also be with Dishearten, so all of these jerks are no longer healing. Okay, there's Heartbroken Hero. I don't have enough steam to do everything I want, so I'm just going to do this and prep for the next turn. Put it all on the following turn. Okay. Now the big one is Disheartened. He can no longer heal. We put Shout on the enemy so that they can hopefully heal less. And now we're going to blind them. We're going to epidemic them. And now we're going to start dishing out damage. So all those status effects are now on the enemy. Shoot, I forgot to reapply poison. So now they're all blinded. They all have a chance of missing. They're not healing anymore. They're all bleeding. Shoot. Now we're trying to get everything. I really needed poison back up. That is really unfortunate for me. I forgot to reapply poison. I need to epidemic again, because epidemic will again refresh so long as I can keep a cycle going. But the lack of poison damage hurts. Ooh, twins just barely surviving that. I'll take it so that I can get epidemic back up. It's fine for the twins to go down now. They've done everything. They've kept all the status effects alive. Now it's mostly up to Copernica. Copernica can wipe out so much of these enemies with good card usage. If she got good cards, and we'll just wipe all these enemies down here. keep saying down. Off. I mean, I'm full. That's fine. Heartbroken Hero also hurts our melee on use. But Copernicus got a good HP. All these guys are going to keep using cards as their allies fall, and their bleed is just going to tick up as they keep using the extra cards. And it domino spirals to a victory. That was not a good fight, by the way. It's not a good fight. That fight can be much faster. I just dropped the ball there. I needed to keep poison more active. And I just didn't. But that's okay. All right. 3 chapters left. They're all very long chapters. All very long chapters, and these final 3 chapters are also very difficult. Again, like at this point, we're like a full 8 to 10 levels below what we should be. And those 8 to 10 levels have such massive damage increases. Like at this point, our Millie getting a strength increase would increase her strength by 20. Which at this point, a 20 increase in strength for our Millie would basically almost be a 20% damage increase. It is obscene. But those extra fights don't, unfortunately, speed up. Or those extra levels are not worth the time and investment to take extra fights to do them. So we just have to manage. Buy a weapon. Final weapon purchase. Dex. Heartbroken Hero. Shouts for heroic strike to victory. Twins. Steel Strength. Epidemic for second line cut purse. And this entire time we've been using a deck called, or a card called Cut Purse on the twins. That, as expected of a card named Cut Purse, it steals enemy or money from the enemy, which is very important. We need as much enemies or money as we can. On top of the fact that it also is a one-time use card. So you use it once and it's no longer in the cycle of your card shuffle. Oh no! I have to leave this fight. I forgot to swap Auric back in. I'm actually gonna have to just flat out quit. Decks are still the same. That's my bad. That is my bad. I completely forgot to get Auric back in. We're back into the need for Doom Cyclone. But yeah, the very few cards in this game allow you to deck thin. So when you can, it is very nice to have. So cut purses are doubly very useful to get better odds of the cards we want later on. Not great. I'd rather not have Epidemic be used so early, but that's okay. This keeps bleed active from one more turn. Siphon Mine to lower the damage we're getting. We are going to just buff our Millie here. And we're probably going to go for another bleed, even though we don't need it. Another bleed, then Doom, and then Cyclone Slash to finish this fight. Very unfortunate. Very rude. Ooh. I'm just going to proc that now. Okay, that's okay. Now we're going to... this card's going to whiff, but I want to reapply poison and get a bunch of steam first before I go in for the Doom Cyclone. And now we go in for this. Do that. To get one more bit of steam and also reactive barrier. This enemy will make themselves immune to the first element that they get hit by every turn. So I have to choose specifically to hit them with a fire attack first so that they won't be immune to either the physical, the arcane, or the lightning damage that's being caused. That was a much better fight. Okay. Deck. Twins. Need a Siphon Mind for Steel Strength. Real quick pop over here for a save so we get healed up. Otherwise, we will not survive this next fight. This next fight is quite dangerous. Turn around. Turn around. Thank you. We also had an accessory that I literally just decided to take out this last time. There's an accessory that we can sell down in that room for another 750 gold. I think I can swing without. I think. We're gonna find out the hard way if we can't. But this is also kind of a nightmare type chapter. Being reminded of all the things and having to refight some bosses. Okay, that is actually a very good start. A lovely poison and reduced damage. This dragon hurts. Wow, full party paralysis is terrible. I'm gonna ointment twice here. Get that card on. I'm gonna get bleed next turn. Really low odds to have that get on everyone. Okay, now I need bleed. Thank you. I'm gonna get bleed, then I'm probably gonna get Doom on right away. I have the status effects at the ready already. If I can get it. I did not. We'll just get bleed again for refresh on that. More steam. Then we're gonna get poison. Then we're gonna cyclone. Okay. Really want a Bushido for Auric. Bushido, EI, second slash. This should finish the dragon if we're lucky. Yeah, fight's over. Rest of the status procs will proc Doom and finish the fight. Good fight. Oh! I didn't realize how much damage we had taken. Auric was the only one alive at that fight with 3 HP. Ho! Remember that thing about fights last even 1 or 2 turns longer? It's a problem. That's why. That's why. Whoo! That was way too close for comfort. I did not realize that we had taken that much damage. Really need those strength and magic debuffs against that dragon. Because it just constantly does full party damage. Quick run through here. Grab one quick accessory. And probably another quick good time for a round of donations before the next boss fight. So we're just running and doing some deck changing. I need these two to separate. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to pass. It's fine. We can pass through them. Okay. Hi, too. Hope everyone in chat is enjoying the run. This is actually a pretty solid run, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna submit this run at like 2 hours, 10 minutes, because these new changes that I've done can improve the time. And I'll get more consistent as I practice, honestly. I'm still a bit de-rusting here. But yeah, this is actually a pretty solid run right now. Pretty solid, even with all the terrible things that happened. Heroic strikes for shouts and a cut purse. Steel strength for a siphon mine epidemic. Yep. Make sure to save. I took an extra save after because if we got into one of those accidental fights and I didn't take a safety save, Auric had 3 HP and that was it. So we would have not survived long. That's actually good. Got that to have epidemics for the future. Get the poison on nice and early. You're gonna get bleed. This fight is just a little bit harder version of the previous fight. Perfect. Just a smidge tougher version of the previous tree. Not that much tougher. We will be fine so long as we keep our status effects up and spread them out. Okay. This should be fine. We're all out of steam, but that's okay. We're gonna focus on keeping all of the steam up from here on. Or just gaining steam, because now Auric's already built up as well. We need against all odds. Bad breath is next turn. Perfect. Against all odds. Bushido. I guess I can get Doom early. We're gonna have to just build up steam next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna build up steam with bleed next turn. And all these extra procs should help. Oh, unfortunate. The blind is fine, honestly. Oh shoot, that was too early. That's okay. I'm fine with the blind still being there. I'll get what procs I can through the blind. Wow, all of them hit. That is very lucky. Bushido is still up on Auric, I believe, so should just be able to go straight into a Cyclone Slash. This probably won't kill. No. Okay, that's fine. Poison should do the trick. So let's reapply poison, and then the fight should be done. Also, another Doom will not hurt. Will not hurt. Okay, that should be the fight. That is about as fast as you can usually do that one. Yeah, if I didn't get like that 2-minute time loss in chapter 11, this would be a very good run so far. As well as the accidental keeping Copernica in the party. Okay, that is this chapter done. This will probably be another last bout or last opportunity for donations before we get into the next chapter, because the next chapter is the hardest one in the speedrun. Okay. Big shop here because we're about to fight ourselves, and ourselves are very mean. So we very much need to prep. Ogre Slayer, Beast Charm, equipment, Brute's Belt, and Ogre Slayer. Copernica takes off everything. You get the Beast Charm. Scout badge for Journeyman badge. And now we sell. Get as much money as possible. Weapons all, accessories all, materials, all of our green materials. Blue down to 15, so 56. Then we're gonna buy materials. 19 and 33 because we need 70 of each. Craft all in and expose. Upgrade to victory and expose. Buy recovery items. Ah, shoot. I actually need to sell just a few of these because I needed 300 gold. All right. Deck. Hot iron. Shout to victory. Heroic strike. All in brave buster. Twins. I need to change that in my notes. Actually, no. They were supposed to have steel strength ×2. I messed up. So those epidemic raven strike. 1 steel strength. Axe chop, siphon mind, and expose. Ooh, my menus are messed up. I only had 1 cyclone slash. What have I been doing this whole time? Oh my goodness. What? I really messed up my menus. Okay, jeez. I really messed up something. All right. Now, this fight had the most work put into it. For the longest time, basically, Bruce and Stilljaws were the other primary runners of this game. Were the other primary runners of this game, and they were working with Copernica as the main damage dealer of the party. Or they had Copernica, and I had Armilli. Auric and Twins are too necessary. Just thanks to the lovely combo. Just due to the lovely Doom Cyclone slash combo. Those two are absolutely necessary. So it's between Copernica and Armilli. This strategy is the one thing that put Armilli faster because, oh boy, these fights were normally such a slog for the other party members, but for us, they are much more manageable. So I just need to do one more round of steam building up. Hoping I get... I think my Bushido should still be live. It is not. I need Bushido, which is good. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to Bushido, and this is why this fight is faster. Copernica will put shields up all the time, crazy status moves, and we do not have to deal with that anymore, and it is great and incredibly useful. Oh, man, because she is the biggest pain point in this fight, by far. Ow! Gonna hurt. That's fine. Auric doesn't do too much in this fight. I am going to mostly just be focusing on building up a little bit of extra damage here. So I can do that same exact thing to the copy Armilli. Should be able to do this. Keep everyone good and alive, and then we can bust out that same strategy again. I'm glad that whiffed, otherwise Armilli was going to get hit by that. Should be good. A little bit of extra damage onto Galeo. Ooh, I didn't get the crit there. So Ogre Slayer has 70% crit chance against enemies if they are above 70% of their HP. So we actually have damage values. We want to keep the enemy above. Okay, we are going to be doing Doom Cyclone against this enemy. Because this enemy is very resistant to physical, so we can't do our all-in strat against Doom Cyclone. Will be faster. Don't hit. I said don't hit, you jerk. That should be fine though, because I can just keep building up with the other two. I need Cyclone Slash, please. That is unfortunate. Okay. Gonna need Doom again then. Yeah, Doom Cyclone Slash is how we're gonna finish this fight. If the game will give it to me, come on. Come on. Just need Doom and Cyclone Slash. Please. Please! I can keep delaying his turn. Stone Lion is a flinch on enemy, which removes their card. Very useful. There's Doom. Give me Cyclone Slash, jerk! Come on! There it is. Yeesh. Also, Beast Slayer is on Auric, which is a charm that does percent current HP on crit. And obviously, we have multiple hits. We sell 2 of these. We purchase materials. We get Y to 30, so 22. Very important that we don't do anything bad. We need all in upgraded because the next enemies have more HP and we need more damage from all in. This fight went terribly last time I did it, so let's hope it's better. It was not a fast anti-trio fight, but this anti-twins should hopefully go better. Oh boy. Gonna try and do something similar to what we did last time. That is too soon on the expose, but that's okay. Again, we're just gonna focus on getting Steam built up and doing little bits of tick damage to get them closer to that 70% mark. We want them just on the cusp of it, and that's probably honestly too much damage, so I need to stop doing damage to that one. I'm going to do this, so we can delay a turn here. Oh, I should have done that to the bottom one. It's okay though. We need expose. Shoot. This won't. Oh, it can kill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, haste. I always forget that I have haste. Now it'll kill. Like I said, I did too much damage there below the threshold, so it didn't crit. I didn't get the extra 70% or extra 50% damage from the crit. Oh man, that. We want to evade what they're gonna do here because this is bad now. We always want to get rid of both of them before they do their combo cards. Okay, just Doom on Armilly is acceptable. Shoot. Really need to take care of that bottom one. I'm hoping for Brave Buster to show up. There it is. That shouldn't be necessary anymore, though. Shoot. Let's get the poison up. Probably Armilly or the twins are probably going to get taken down here. There goes Armilly. It's okay. We can build up. Okay. Just need a Bushido. That is not a Bushido. We're just gonna deal with this then. We're not gonna have as much buffs as I was hoping for this. Still do a good chunk. Okay, now we just need to attack. Finish this fight. Try and get extra crits here. Come on! Ah, so close. Okay. All things considered, not the worst. Oh, I say that and then I have to waste a turn because I didn't have any hitting cards and I don't want to heal the twins. There. Jeez. Okay. That was not a fantastic fight. Because, yeah, keeping them both alive for their full Steam move is very dangerous. It hurts so much. Heal up before we go to the next fight. We don't have to do a shop. We'll have only one more shop left in the game. Okay. One more anti-hero fight against Auric clones. We are going to put poison on the front one. We are just going to build up a lot of steam here. With the all-in upgrade, we can take down the top, that top Auric, which we want to first. Their full steam card is devastating. We want to take them down before they have a chance. So we just need to build up steam. So we're going to build up steam one more turn, and then we're going to do all-in. We need Bushido and all-in up. Is what we need to dig for. And we're just going to do some tick damage to the front one, because the order is going to be top, bottom, then front. Ooh, why is Armeli so hurt? Okay. I don't have a strength boost, so this probably won't kill. Poison might make it kill, though. We need to take down that enemy before they have a turn. I need a Stone Lion, Cyclone Slash here. This is not good damage, by the way, but should be enough to kill, and we flinched it just in case. Yeah, the poison will tick down before it gets a chance to do its turn. Oh, the heal. Oh, crap. Armeli, hit it. And heal yourself. Goodbye. Yeesh. Okay. That's the hard enemy down. Now we just need to get back into our swing of damage. I want... Yeah. Want poison. Onto that back one. That bottom one heals every time you hit it. So we've... Doom Cyclone literally will do nothing but heal it. So we are going to instead focus all of our damage to the front again. In hopes that we can slowly whittle that one down and then build up all in for the bottom one, which we should have. I just need all in. I'm just going to reapply poison. Get level damage in. Okay. Okay, fine. I didn't want to have turns anyway. Just don't... Okay. That's fine, honestly. I just need a... Okay, we're good. Doesn't matter if it even lands the crit, to be honest, onto our melee. Okay, gave them crit, that's fine. Alright, just need a smidge more damage here. And we'll let poison do the job. Okay. Could have been better. Oh, come on. Finish the job, twins. You got it. Good. Okay. We're not done with the hard fights yet. Oh, we're not done with the hard fights yet. No, siree. We still got the keeper of the castle themselves. Bravado, all in for Brave Busters, Cut Purse, Action Spot, Expose for Steel Strength, Epidemic Raven Strike, and Cyclone. Yep, and not Bushido, one with the wind. For Stone Lions. Make sure to save. Let's go. This fight is a danger. Always a danger. He's very strong, and at some point, he just flat out prevents us from healing. So, ay, ay, ay. We're going to be doing great damage with our melee in this fight, and then we're going to Doom Cyclone later. I guess we're going to get poisoned first. This fight has a gimmick. As soon as Gilgamech's HP goes below half, they will get rid of any debuffs on them and do a full heal and enter phase 2 of the fight. And obviously that is bad when that happens. Actually, I'm going to do this and hope that I get better status next turn. Can take the haste for an extra card. Alright, now we need some damage. Really wanted... it's fine. Just building up status here. Really wanted Expose from the twins so that these Brave Busters would hit even harder. So we're just trying to get down to half their HP as soon as possible. That should do the trick, honestly. Please? Dang it. Okay, so that strength buff is not going to matter. Ow. Okay. Now they're still not below half? Okay, fine. These hits should put them below half and then do a debuff. Now they're below half. Now they refreshed everything. Get debuffs back on. Want our status effects back as soon as possible. That was the wrong card to put. Shoot. I want bleed and poison. Not ideal, but I'll take it. I'm gonna have to just build up speed the next turn because this attack can honestly wipe us if it hits. So let's hope it doesn't hit through the blind and everything. Ah! Okay, well, that's not good. Let's build up. Doom is on. I was hoping I could have gotten bleed. Also, I can't heal right now. He applied the debuff. Oh, this is bad. Just buff yourself and get as many procs as I can and hope I don't die this turn. Thank you, blind. Okay, I have to play this safe now. Unfortunate, I was not able to get a good finish there. Whoa! Okay, well, jeez. Okay, well, our melee's not doing anything anymore. Cool. That. I just need Doom Cyclone. Jeez. Ay, 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 these fights are hard. Did I mention the speedrun's difficult? It's a nice attack. Ooh, I said that sarcastically. That nearly wiped us out. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I think that's a charge. It's not. Uh-oh. Crap. No. Twins. Oh, I can't heal. The last revive kit's gonna have to go. Actually, no. No, we're good. Bop. Jeez. Oh my goodness. That is a lot scarier than that's supposed to be. Again, it's a very RNG and adaptive adaptive speedrun. Oh, and I'm still a bit rusty, so I'm sure I'm making plenty of mistakes on which cards I'm shuffling, but sometimes, man, it's you're just not getting the cards you want to get set up because you kind of just want to like build up this cycle of like twins 3 cards, or melee 3 cards, twins 3 cards, or melee 3 cards, then Auric in for the finishing blow. That's kind of like how you want the cycle to go in a lot of these boss fights, and just like sometimes the game's just not gonna give it to you. But it makes this run very exciting and very it's very fun to play every single time because it's like you have to be paying attention to it, and it's I like that aspect of it. Okay, we are going to buy materials. I need 15 yellow. I'm going to get actually only 5 red because I need to buy recovery items. Heroic Strike, Brave Buster, Doom, Bushido, and buy recovery items because I've been using way too many. And Dex, Epidemic for Expose. All right, final 2 fights of the game. Gilgamesh one more time. This is a fight you can't lose. Can't lose, but it sure as heck can slow us down. Such as right now when it decides to just not give me good starting hands. But yeah, he just does percent max HP damage in this fight, so nothing really to be concerned about. Looks like it's doing a lot of damage. It's not. So we're just gonna apply our status effects. Ideally, if we had the right cards, we would have gotten a Doom Cyclone Slash, which is never gonna happen anymore now that that's there. Actually, we can still get Doom on for extra ticks. But yeah, Berserk is the one thing you do not want to see in this fight. It's just, it slows everything down. And this should be the end of the fight with the Blade Procs. Yeah. It's weird that those animations count as cards because the Bleed procs through them. But yeah, that fight ends when he's low enough HP. And he succeeds. He succeeds at bringing back the foul beast. Yo. Very angry lad. And, oh boy, that thing seems strong. Bit stronger than Gilgamesh remembers. Sure, he's got the strength. He can do this. Gilgamesh is strong enough. He brought this back so he beat it once. He can do it again. Uh-oh. He may have, bitten off more than he can chew. And now it's time for us to finish off the fight that he started for us. Great. But at least he'll give us a full heal before we go off and do it. Okay. Into the final fight of this speedrun. We have to fight the beast. I don't remember the beast's name. But it is only available to be hurt when the mouth is open. It is open right now, but it will not always be the case. Yeah, that's fine. So it's open on this first turn, which we can't really do anything with. We don't have any steam to really put out much damage, and it will just close. Now the mouth can't take any damage, so we have to focus on dishing out damage to the hands. I'll try and focus down one at a time. Well, that's not going to happen now. That is a very rude time stop. So we're just going to do a little bit of prep for next time. We're crits. We're going to put expose on the bottom one. That way our melee can just start really decimating. Wow! Paralyzing a stopped ally. That is incredibly rude. With that boost, this should hopefully take down the top claw. Good. Thank you, crit. Now we got to focus on the bottom. We want to build up a little bit of steam as well while we're at it. Can apply bleed to the hands, but we can't do it to the face. Even statuses do 1 damage right now to the mouth, so all is reduced. Okay, I need a heal. And we are going to focus on getting some steam up. We don't need much steam here, but I do need Doom and Cyclone, because as soon as I finish off this hand, I want to go Doom Cyclone the mouth immediately. Oh, shoot. It's fine. Bushido Auric for the next turn. I really didn't need this much steam. Because remember, we have a card. We have a card, or a piece of equipment on Auric that does % max HP on crit. So in addition to the Doom procs being incredibly powerful, also just massive chunks and just gets to the damage gate for next phase. I am going to actually just get a haste to start here. Do decent chunks of damage. Mostly just building up steam again so our melee can do some more work. Gonna get another good chunk of damage in here. Unfortunately, not boosted Brave Buster, but that's okay. Got the crit. Anyway, so 1 Brave Buster should deal with the top one. Really wish that these were more boosted, but that's okay. Oh, poison should maybe do the trick. And I should just focus on the bottom one. Shoot. Just take out the top one before I can do anything else. Auric survive. Okay, good. All right, let's play it a little safe here. Make sure we are sitting nice and comfy into the final part of this. We want to build up as much steam as we can here. Expose. I am going to get poison on because the poison does massive damage to the main boss as well. Gonna build poison here, then we're gonna get our Millie to take down that bottom one with all the boosts that she has. And I wanna, there's Doom Cyclone, so we just need a Bushido, and this fight should pretty much be done. Maw opens. Can't bleed the Maw, but that does a lot on its own. We're just gonna go in for hits anyway, because I want to push this away. I don't like it having free turns. That's not enough. Okay. That should be okay. I just need... Okay. Now it's on to final phase. But it doesn't close the mouth this time. So we can just focus all of our damage into it. And unfortunately, I don't have the greatest things for it. All right, we're just going to get good chunk of damage here from procs. This actually is not good. I really was hoping for Doom Cyclone back again. We should be fine. Okay. Bushido, EI, Cyclone should clinch the fight. Hopefully. Please. Yay! And time. Okay. Bit stressful at the end. Because normally want to make sure you have those Doom Cyclones set, prepped, and ready to go right when it's there. And RNG was not kind to me this run. But there it is. That is the speedrun of any percent SteamWorld quest. Lots of stuff can go wrong. I think I'll actually probably still submit at 2 hours and 15 minutes for the time slot. But it's such a fun run. It is a very difficult run. We're doing all of these strats while we're very underpowered. And even at underpowered, our melee can still dish out good damage at the end. And then Doom Cyclone, poisons, and status effects are able to really make a very broad use case scenario and a very, very fun speedrun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that speedrun.